Anyways, welcome back to the Open Absurdity podcast. It is Morgan here, and you guys can introduce yourselves.
I'm Eric,
My name is Chris.
and today we have.
What's up? My name is
We have a
Adam,
guest.
aka Cooldevplays, as some of you may know me. And I'm honored to be a part of this open absurdity.
There you go.
Either works.
Doesn't even
And-
get our name right.
Oh, listen,
Take
you know
him
what?
off. Get him out of here.
Oh, wow, damn.
And
All right, well, and then that's been my segment.
we are happy to
It
have
was
you
nice
today.
having a guest.
It was a great 30 seconds.
All right, next guest.
Thanks, guys.
Who's next on the phone call?
But yeah. So today we have Adam here,
Yeah.
who's Chris's friend, and a content creator on Instagram. Is what Chris sent me. I don't know what else you do.
I'm also on Twitch, and I do some YouTube, mostly Twitch, recently, but I'm trying to expand to other platforms too.
Awesome.
Awesome.
What are you doing on Twitch, my friend?
Twitch, honestly, I've been trying out everything. I do whatever either my community feels in the mood for, per voting, and they could choose what they want to see me play, or I'll just pick something up and be like, all right, this is what we're doing live today. And it's pretty fun. It's a good time. It's really enjoyable.
Awesome.
What got you into content creation is my first question for you.
Oh,
Like
got
what
me in.
what
Oh, shit.
sparked that drive for you?
To be honest, it was just it was a lot of different sources. I'd have to say, like, originally I was never going to do live streaming. I was going to just do YouTube content, and I was inspired kind of by the dynamic that Game Grumps had going on, where you had two homies just playing video juegos, and just fucking around. And I was like, that's
I
really
love
cool.
Game Grumps.
And I do this anyway. And at the time, I had a really close friend, whom our paths were aligned for a time. They aren't anymore, but they were back then a lot. And he was like a brother to me, and I was like, dude, I could not imagine anyone else I'd want to do a career like this with, because we just do this anyway. Why not just start recording it? That never panned out. College happened. And then I guess, I don't know, I saw live streaming as a thing. My buddies really pressured me. I was like, you know what? Let me just do this for me. And that's kind of what got me started.
That's awesome.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
That's sick. You have quite a pretty decent sized community. Your Discord is pretty active, which was cool to see. A lot of people interact with you, and I see a lot of people fuck with you, which, I mean, is understandable. You have a great personality, and you're a good presence on stream. I've seen a couple of them.
You're gassing me, but I appreciate it. Thank you. That means a lot.
So, out of all the games on stream that you've played, which one was your favorite, and which one are you most known for playing? Like, what did you get your
Okay.
most following out of?
That's actually that's a fucking fantastic question. So when I first started, I started playing something that was just really out of the blue, a very niche community that watches it on Twitch, which I guess is kind of the perfect recipe that a lot of people tell you to do when you try to get started streaming. Which I just did because my buddies were like, "Oh, well, you're playing Summoner's War," and he's like, and so the idea was I was playing Summoner's War. I made an account, and I got this really rare, like absurdly rare monster that I got summoned from one of the free scrolls they give you when you open an account, and it was like at the time worth like about $100. I could have just sold the account and been like, here, $100, but I was like, well, actually, you have really crazy luck apparently, so why don't you just try streaming it? So I started streaming it, and then I was doing a thing where it was like, for every follow, I'd open in one of the free scrolls I got, and that kind of started out as a really cheeky, stupid little thing. I streamed on and off like every 2 weeks or so. So I guess I started out being known for that, but what I was most known for, where I picked up the most traction and motion, would probably be it would be BTD 6, Bloons Tower Defense 6. That's where I just started.
Wow.
For whatever reason, that community is just like was just popping off, and people just really liked watching me pop virtual latex balloons. I don't know.
When was that? Because I played Bloons Tower Defense on fucking cool math games in my 5th grade
That was
class
my
when there was
whole
nothing to do.
childhood.
Like,
Yeah.
and balloon salad events was amazing. I didn't know that they even really had a community behind
Yeah.
that.
There's a surprisingly dedicated community of people that just are obsessed with Balloon Star Defense 6.
I was about to
Yeah,
say
age
it's
group-
the Tower Defense 6 is the super popular one on Twitch.
Yeah, that one's the super popular one on Twitch, and there's a lot of people in that community that also love all the older games. They also love some of like the other ones. I guess there's Adventure. Some of them are like Balloon Tower Defense Adventure,
What the
whatever.
fuck? What is an RPG game?
Wow.
There's one like literally it's like Adventure Time, and I remember this because a community member was like, "Hey, you should really try this out." And I begrudgingly was like, "All right, fine," and I was like, "Okay." I try it out, and then it like was just straight pay to win, and I was like, "Okay, we're going back to BTT 6 now." But it was cool to see that there's like more variety there, I guess. But
I didn't even know they
Yeah.
were still making games. That's
Yeah.
crazy to
Me
hear.
either.
and Ninja Kiwi's been cracking them out. I mean, I know they recently got bought out by a different development company, but they're still like they're still called Ninja Kiwi, but I think they're owned by some other like
Another
higher
parent.
company.
Yeah, parent
Yeah,
company.
parent company.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's awesome.
My little thing I wanted to talk to you about because I don't know they probably don't know too much about it. Your Instagram, my friend.
Yeah.
Do you do cardistry or do you just collect the cards?
Honestly, I've dabbled in some cardistry. I think I've done more card routines, like card magic.
Good.
I've done
Okay, cool.
cardistry.
Because I also did card magic for a long time.
Oh shit!
I
Awesome.
love Chris Ramsey. So when I
Oh,
was
dude,
scrolling through
exactly.
and I saw that you have a bunch of the first decks, I was very happy. Because I wanted the first edition deck long ago when he first released them, and that
Oh,
was
shit.
around the time I was watching them. So going back and seeing all this was really, really cool. When did you start doing like card magic and like cardistry?
Oh,
Like
God, I think I had
all
it-
that side of stuff start for you?
It honestly started back in like 4th grade. I was shown a magical appearing aces trick by a by one of my teachers in 4th grade. She sat us down and she was like, did this whole trick, and it's a routine where you split the deck in 4 piles, and out of nowhere you do a little wave with your magic hand, and you make 4 aces appear on each of the decks. And I was like, holy shit! And she was like, okay, here's how I did it. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she showed me. I was like, oh, that's pretty sick. And then I went to do a little more research on YouTube, and I came across a bunch of different like card magic routines and a bunch of videos teaching you how to do it. I was like, oh, that's pretty wild. And then eventually, again, the same as you, I came across Chris Ramsey, and I was like, holy crap, he's actually just a pretty cool guy. Um, and yeah, I just started going from there. Really, I wish I followed more and like got more developed with it. I have like maybe 8 or so routines that I know, but they're it's definitely something I don't regret picking up.
That's awesome because I don't either. I love magic. I love card routines. I love all that shit. I started very young too. I was watching like Miss Mag 822. That was one I watched. Disturbed Reality. I don't know if that rings a bell. He was also trying to become a pro wrestler, and he put magic
wow.
in with his pro wrestling
Wow.
shit.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, that was like he was really trying, bro. Like he would bring cards on, he'd be doing magic tricks, he'd hypnonize people and like do hypnosis
shit.
on in the ring against wrestlers. It was really
Some
cool.
Shit.
Yeah.
I respect that. That's wild.
That was like old YouTube, like video response YouTube. Like-
Jesus.
excuse me.
Wait, so do you do any other magic besides like card?
I've done
tricks?
Yeah, I've dabbled with some gimmicks that I had, and they were really cheap gimmicks, so they're not really great. Which is basically like,
Yeah.
pre-designed tricks or like devices that are designed to help you do the magic trick.
Mhm.
But like they're all really shit quality, and I just kind of got them as like the tacky thing, like, oh wow, I can make this handkerchief disappear in my thumb. Whoa. It's
Oh
like,
yeah, the fake thumb.
Whoa, I wonder where it went.
where to go, and then like quickly, throw the fake false thumb away
Yep.
before they notice.
Mine was the Raven. That was my favorite trick. Do you remember
Oh,
what the
yeah.
Raven was?
It doesn't. It sounds very familiar.
So
No, I don't.
it was literally a big magnet attached to like an elastic band that was with a bobby pin that you would attach to the inside of your long sleeve shirt. You'd feed it up your sleeve, and it had a clear like fishing line for your finger. And it came with a bunch
Oh.
of metal coins. So you'd have a quarter in your hand, you'd wipe your hand across, and it'd become a penny. And then you just shoot the fucking thing back up your sleeve, and it like hit your rib as it went up your sleeve. but you made a coin change, and it looked really fucking funny. But the release mechanism always fucked up. Like there was those cheap gimmicks were so funny because we bought them.
Yeah, it was one of those things where there was a weird time, at least I know in my early childhood, where I would see like so many of these like, oh, buy this magic trick and learn how to do it. It was like these little like blister pack type things. And I was like, I would run into them in like random mom and pop shops, especially would just be selling them. And I think that's kind of where I was initially interested in magic as well. It's kind of what got me. And I was like, oh, that's pretty neat. I want to do that.
It's pretty sick.
Have you ever used your magic to try and pick up chicks?
I can't say that. In high school, for a time, I was using my card tricks to impress people. Wasn't expressly doing it to. It got some interest. I wouldn't say that it was 100% successful, but it was definitely a great icebreaker.
No need to be humble. We know you were slaying in high school. Come on now.
Hi, I'm Adam. Watch me do this card trick.
Watch me do this card trick and now drop your pants. It's like,
and you're wet now.
Are you not aroused? I made 4 aces and 4 queens appear.
Is this your card? No, it's my phone.
Oh, it's in your panty. Oh, Jesus.
Why is it wet?
One of the most confusing trips to the nurse in the fucking office I've ever had.
So earlier today, I looked through your old Twitch clips and like your most popular Twitch clips and stuff.
Oh, now you're bringing out receipts.
There was this one that caught my eye, and I wanted to get some background context for it. This clip of you dumping an entire water bottle on your head while playing Geometry Dash.
Okay.
Why?
Oh wow. So yeah. So I was like, there's a point in time where I was like, I really want to give people more incentive to just be here and watch, and like give more incentive to just be, I guess, interactive during the stream. So one of them is a channel point redemption for 15,000 channel points. You redeem it, and I water myself like a plant. So yeah, that is essentially the goal of that. That's why you see those clips, is because almost every time, one of the people with the most channel points, my close friend King AJ, will always do it whenever, just randomly, just to torment me, and he'd be like, "You'll never know when it's coming," because he has like 150,000 plus, and I would increase the limit, but then it would be unfair to everybody else. So yeah, that's where that comes from.
That is fucking hilarious.
That's amazing.
That's so funny.
It definitely, yeah.
That, because like, that's a really cool incentive to have for your channel points. Because me personally, I have no idea what the fuck to do with them. I think I have one where it's like play a game with me for like 25K, and then there's one that's like absurdly large for 30 million, and I'll do a face reveal because I know nobody will hit it.
It's 20 millions of face reveal for you. And it's because the only reason I remember that is because whenever I pop in, I see if Twitch lets me change the channel point amount, because one day, if they let me, as a moderator, I'm changing it, and I'm going to do it.
Basically just to force like $99 out of your wallet and get a webcam. Oh man, yeah, no. Speaking of face reveals, first time I did one was God, it's fucking crazy. That's this long ago now, but back in because I started streaming, I believe it was back in like July of 2020, and just as that year was coming to an end, around I think it was on Christmas, I finally hit affiliate. And I was doing like a 24, no, it was in November. That's what it was. November, and I was doing a 24-hour charity stream. I said, fuck it. I got this webcam in. We're just going to just plug it in right away. And I wish I had done something like that where I did a goal. I think maybe it would have been a better idea.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's also very sweet that you did it for like a charity stream.
No, that's
true.
Like, because that is a big event. Like, especially as like a smaller Twitch streamer. Correction. How many subs do you have, or like how big are you on Twitch? Because Chris didn't say before.
Currently, I
have 700. I have 764 followers on Twitch.
Okay.
Which I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing crazy.
Because
it definitely is. Yeah.
Because that's still great.
still pretty impressive.
Like that's amazing.
Yeah, honestly, I just. Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, you're good. all I was gonna say is, and then you're doing a charity stream on top of that. Plus, it's 24 hours. Like, I was following Twitch for a while, and like that was like a big meta was doing like longer, obviously much longer streams, but the fact that it enabled you to donate and do a charity and give you like put that forward, like that should be a big enough step for you. Like that's great.
Yeah.
I think that is a big enough goal for you to have hit.
Yeah, it definitely was something crazy for me back then, and even crazier was again hitting affiliate in December is really what sparked me, incentivized me to go live more often. And because originally I was doing like sporadic streams every 2 weeks, whatever, but
Chris.
Shut up.
but yeah, no, I don't blame you because it's like I didn't see the reason at the time. I didn't really believe in my ability to stream. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do this, see where it goes. But once I saw people actually gave a shit and were interested, I was like, holy shit, this might actually be meaningful. And I obviously don't regret it till this day. Only regret I do have, and hope to change, is just getting better at pumping out more content on YouTube, TikTok, even as much as I originally resented the platform, and probably Instagram too, just so that way I don't have like the minuscule amount of posts I got right now.
Just do what everyone else does. When you make a TikTok, just post it to Instagram also.
That's true. True.
Yeah, so you hit affiliate what month again? When was that?
December.
I started in July of 2020 is when I started streaming, and I hit it in December of 2020 as well. I think I hit it
Wow.
the 24th actually. Yeah. It was
Damn,
exactly on the
5 months.
24th.
Yeah,
It's fucking
I
crazy.
think you hit yours a bit sooner than mine because I started streaming in February of 2020, like just before the pandemic
Mhm.
hit. And I got affiliate, I think August, like mid-August.
What
Okay.
is affiliate?
It's basically on Twitch, like there's a certain parameters you have to hit. Like I think it's like average of 3 viewers, 75 hours streamed, or like some shit like that. There's
25
three different
hours.
objectives.
Yeah,
25 hours.
3 different objectives you have to hit, and then once you meet those requirements, Twitch sends you an email to become an affiliate, which basically allows people to like send you money. Like you can open up your
Oh.
donation
And you can get
receive
AdSense as well.
subs
yeah. It opens
and
up.
AdSense too.
It
Yeah.
opens up a whole lot more too to what like you can generally do on your page too. And
Oh, yeah.
Twitch Twitch pushes affiliates obviously a lot more. I mean, you guys can maybe fend for it now, but back in the day, used to push small streamers a whole lot more. Like the day, like, excuse me, you'd hit affiliate, and then people, I'd say probably in like the next 2 months or probably longer, I'd say you'd maybe get like a 6-person stream pop up on your homepage. Like every once in a while, you get like a small streamer.
Yeah. It's weird.
Nowadays, it's kind of rare. I mean, I found a couple before they kind of went away on my Twitch, but I know back in the day they used to push small content creators a lot on Twitch. They used to push like affiliate, like if you got affiliate, they'd be like, here's your little shine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely has they've gotten way more corporate as time has gone on. And I mean, it's just kind of what happens when a platform gets super big.
Yeah, it's always
It's
about
just
the
bad.
money with businesses, which sucks.
It
But
does suck.
yeah, I definitely completely understand where you're coming from. Where you said once you hit affiliate, it like encouraged you to stream more and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. Because I was definitely in that same boat, and I actually envy how you hit affiliate in that short amount of time, and you didn't stick to just one game. Because that's what I did, and it's still biting me in the ass today. Because when I started streaming in February, I was like exclusively streaming Destiny,
Yeah.
doing trials carries and shit, and that's where I got like the bulk of my followers, and that's how
Yeah.
I got affiliate.
Yeah.
And then inevitably once that game hit the fucking shitter, and I didn't want to play it anymore, like, it's always hard for streamers that are known for one game to branch out because nobody really wants to watch that.
Yeah, you've
So the
built such a
fact that
big viewer base.
Yeah, the fact that you were able to build your community around you playing the games that you want and you weren't boxed into that one game is huge for your availability for content in the future and
Yeah.
your encouragement to keep going.
I mean, that means a lot, man. I really do appreciate you saying that. I know that might not seem like a lot, but that really does mean a lot. And Because honestly, for a long time, I thought I made a mistake. Because the thing I streamed the most was originally, again, Balloons Tower Defense 6. And that's what a lot of, like, that's where I really was gaining traction and gaining a lot of ground. And it sucked because, again, it would be one of those things where I would say I want to do, so in Balloons Tower Defense 6, you can do what's called, you can get black borders for the maps in the game, which means you play a certain map on all the difficulty ratings, and you get like the completionist reward for that, where it gets all shiny and black, and it's like, oh, you did this. And I would do that as a thing, like, I want to grind these. That was my goal originally, to keep myself interested in the game and challenged. But then I also did a thing where I was like, okay, let's do co-op with, stream wants to do co-op, we'll do co-op. More often than not, I started doing a lot of co-op with people, and the only thing they wanted to do was play uh, a map called Cubism, which is one of the beginner maps, and that was the only thing they ever wanted to play. But for whatever reason,
Yikes.
everyone on the platform wanted to just play Cubism, just to fuck around with the streamer and like spam drops that they spent $20 of mommy's money to get. And I was like, oh Jesus. And I started feeling burnout, which is kind of like what really made me realize maybe I shouldn't stay playing Balloons Tower Defense 6. And I always felt like maybe that was the wrong move if I had just kept going with it for a little bit longer than I did, but it just felt the mental toll. So again, I very much appreciate you, saying what you said. That means a lot. And I think, again, as for you, I definitely think you just gotta keep to it and just be determined.
Yeah, you definitely did the exact right thing to do. Like there should be no ill feeling to what you did, because that has opened so many more possible horizons for you, because nobody is looking for just one stream at this point.
Yeah.
Like with me, even though like I stopped streaming Destiny exclusively like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago,
Yeah.
I still get a lot more viewers on my streams whenever I decide to stream Destiny 2 again. Because like before, I was averaging about like 20, 25 viewers
Oh
when
wow.
I was in COVID and all that shit and streaming all that. But once I started to like fall off of that and go back into COD, it was like 5, 6
Yeah, that's
around there.
crazy.
Yeah. So I'm still trying to fight back and trying to regain that. But yeah, that was definitely a really smart move on your part.
Yeah, no, it definitely is like wild when you have because I was literally in the same boat with Blue Star Defense 6. I had those like double digit view counts, and I was growing my, average view time, and I was like, holy shit, like partner might also be in reach if I just keep doing this. But then it just like that community got to feel a little bit toxic, and I just was like, oh shit, man, like I really don't feel like letting my, like, just, I don't know. I just, I'm glad you were able to reaffirm my my original, like, detaching from that genre.
Yeah, that's that's actually a huge reason as to why I stopped streaming Destiny 2, because oh my fucking god, Destiny's community is a cesspool, bro. It's gross. Like
Oh yeah.
DDoSing, people finding other people's addresses and shit like that over losing a game, like
What?
it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, the amount
Yeah,
of hate, dude, they get
it's
vile.
crazy. And it blew my mind. This past Game Awards, Destiny was a nominee for Community. What? What?
There ain't no way someone got paid off. I don't know which Bungie dev did it, but that's fucking wild.
Bro, if they would have won that, the
I think
I don't even know.
every Destiny community member, that would be memed everywhere, dude. Best community, yeah, fucking right.
The amount of times that I was hit offline for like winning a trials game or something, or in the middle of winning a trials game, was ridiculous. So I had to move away from that community, and I'm happy
Yeah.
that I did, because it is still right now a cesspool. It's
Oh, yeah.
crazy. But anyways, moving on to another topic.
I was actually
I wanted to
about.
ask you about.
Oh,
Huh?
nope. Sorry, you go, Chris.
No.
I mean, you were about to ask him something. I was gonna transition because you were talking about doing new stuff and because you need to keep grinding with streaming. What are we looking forward to this next year, guys? What do you want to do this next year, Adam?
Oh well, this next year
2023.
I'd definitely be interested in, ideally, both hopefully keeping up to with like brand new releases. So and not as much as I love doing community votes and having my community vote for what games we play. I definitely want to like really put my best foot forward, and when something new comes out that I'm interested in, the moment that release happens, as early as I can get access to it, do content of it, and by the next day, if not the same day or like the same hour after stream, already begin pumping out the video for the playthrough, and just try and get on that grind set and get really over to, like on top of it. Because right now I find myself having a backlog of games that at one point were like peaked in terms of viewership on Twitch, but I was so behind doing whatever, I didn't have the chance to play it while it was hot, so to speak.
Makes sense. You're trying to stay with like the meta of Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and that is kind of what content comes down to at some point, is you do have to play into the meta. That's at least from what I've heard. When people get very honest on YouTube and Twitch, it's you can build so much, but to a point you kind of have to play the game. You have to play by their rules for a little bit. And it's also that's a great goal to stay by, because that's an amazing way to build your community. It's an amazing way to try out new shit too, because I don't know if you get in the same rut I do, but I hate new games. They get released, they look at a trailer, I'm like, oh, dog shit.
It's like, oh wow, this is just looks like a remaster and a rework of something I've done already.
Yeah, basically.
One game I would hop on, if you want to do that, that will absolutely bring people, as of right now, is High on Life. If you've heard of that so far, High on Life
Oh fuck
is
yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing. I loved
yeah.
every second of that game, and I kind of wish I streamed it, but it was nice to play off
still
stream as
can.
well.
Still can stream
Yeah,
it.
going for the 100% to.
Let's go
But
around the table
speaking
real
of
quick.
New Year's.
Shit, Chris, god damn it. Why do we keep doing this? Chris, you go.
I was gonna say, speaking of New Year's, that'd be a good segue to see, like, since 2023 is basically around the corner, what everyone's possible New Year's resolutions would be. Like, what are goals that you guys want to set for yourselves?
Why don't you know what, this is y'all's show. Why don't you guys start? Then we'll circle back.
What?
Morgan?
I guess I'll start. I don't know. Like, I feel like for 2023, I definitely want to open my creative avenues more. Like I don't know. I just want to open myself a little more to the world, put myself out there more in general, and just like self-love, self-care. Like, one of the most important things ever is self-love and self-care. And I feel like 2022 is such like 2022 is kind of a train wreck. Like, for me at least. Like, I started off the year in like a toxic relationship, and then had all this stuff happen, and like now I'm about to go into a new year, and looking back, it's like, what the hell? What happened?
What did I let myself get into?
Come from? Yeah, like, I don't know, just like taking care of myself more, like building a better life for myself is like the goal of 2023. Like, it's hard to set specific goals because I feel like when you set specific things, like your expectations become so high, like you get disappointed.
Yeah.
True. Or
And I
unrealistic
feel like
goals.
that happens a lot. Yeah, it happens a lot with like New Year's resolutions. Is like everyone rushes to make a goal last minute, and then they get disappointed because it's like, you're like, everyone's like, oh, well, you gotta have resolutions, you have to have goals, you have to have this, but it's like the goal should be the best version of yourself, like make the best life for yourself, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Try your best every year.
100% agree.
See what comes.
Could not agree more. For me, it would probably be the same thing, because 2022 has been a horrendous year for me. In the beginning it was good, but I went through so much shit this year. And I'm hoping next year is a lot better than this one. It
Oh,
can
yeah.
only go up. But
I've reached rock bottom.
I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel right now.
Shit.
But yeah, especially since I mean recently going through a pretty huge breakup for me. I've been on that self-love track and everything, and it's been working, and I kind of want to bring that into 2023, like gain some self-confidence, gain some self-love, shit like that. Definitely go to the gym more, which I feel like is everybody's New Year's resolution. On the January 1st, you see that gym fucking packed, and then a week later, it's a desert island. Um, but other than that, yeah, it's really just a matter of being comfortable in my own skin because that's something I've struggled with for God knows how long.
Fucking tell me about it, man.
Yeah.
What about you, Eric?
On that, somewhat, I don't want to say somber, but mine's mostly focusing on content. Because and like grinding out kind of just like my life and the bag basically. It's pretty generic, but it's getting my shit done at work, getting my shit done with the podcast, needing to start up my YouTube channel and doing content on that. Trying to stay consistent basically. This is my main dream and goal for 2023 is to get a lot of content with this done, whether it's getting a bunch of more guests, getting just content with us, getting real life shot content, whatever the case may be, just for something for my creative process. Because just like you two, it's creativity was lacking, and this was here. This is where I want that creative avenue to be for all three of us and our guests too. Like, more than happy to bring you guys on more than once. Like, at least I am, because
Oh yeah.
like whether it's for anything else, it's just needing to build a community, because I feel like negative energy swarmed 2022, and I feel like this is the best positive note we could end it on, is creating something instead of out of the creating something out of the rubbles of all of us being fucked up out of 2022 to make it better in 2023.
Oh yeah.
I definitely think this can do it. That's mostly mine. Besides that, I fucking hate New Year's resolutioners. I think everyone.
Yeah.
I think everyone who says I need to lose weight and go to the gym, you're a bunch of fucking pussies, and you shouldn't wait till the new year to do it.
Spit.
And
No.
general rule for people who go to the gym, my rule is I give it the entire month of January. That's my off month from the gym. I don't go the entire month of January, because by the end of the month, you will have 2 people who started at the beginning of January, and those are the new friends you can make. Because everyone else is going to leave, so there's no point in wasting your time. Like, that's
Yeah, January is just like a weird month. Like, I feel like New Year's is the best part of January, and then January just becomes like a weird, somber, unvibey, cold,
Waiting till the
sucky
refund
month.
check
It gets
comes in.
dark at fucking 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah. And it's just like everyone's like depressed because they did their goals for a week and didn't accomplish them how they wanted
You're
to.
like, I'm gonna stop drinking. It's like, oh well.
No, you're
shit.
not.
Yeah, right.
Somebody get this man some keys.
It's like, and I'm still in debt. All right, where's the bourbon?
I'm gonna stop drinking. What time is it? Oh, it's still November 1st? Fuck.
Oh man, yeah, New Year's resolutions, Jesus. I have a lot I want to do differently in 2023, or just do that's add to 2023. I can definitely, obviously, we all can attest to doing content, doing more content, doing more diverse content, and just really push, giving my all, and really just throwing myself at that as hard and as fast as I can. But beyond that, yeah, also self improvement in terms of finally splurging on like a year-round gym membership and going, 5 in the morning every like 4 days out of the week and doing weightlifting that I've been meaning to do for a long time. Just really following those goals and not letting anything get in the way of that. Getting rid of a job that's been kind of annoying me and focusing on content creation and the job that I actually enjoy with people I enjoy. Yeah.
Fuck
was
yeah, dude.
definitely, hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah. Getting them gains.
Oh yeah, man.
Um,
Getting the
Stolen like
fucking
bull.
bag.
We live circle.
to kind of follow up resolutions, like, hey guys, I just wanted to apologize real quick. From this point forward, my mic does some weird shit, so I apologize. Next episode, it should be all good. Enjoy the rest of the episode. For you guys to think about, and if you guys have one, I would like to hear, but like, what is the one goal you want? Because resolutions, people make a list, all this. What is the one goal? It could be, like, for mine, for example, I want us to at least hit 100 subscribers in 2023. It's a small number, but that's realistic. It's not 1,000. But in 2023, I want this channel to at least hit 100 subscribers. And that's my goal. And once that's hit, then you can make another one. But what would your guys' one goal be for 2023? It could be content related. It could be personal related. Like, it could be for you, Adam. It could be going to the gym and making that your consistent schedule. But there has to be one goal, because like,
becoming Arnold Schwarzenegger by 2023.
Exactly. Whole lots of trend. And before you guys answer, I want to put that forward to anyone who's listening. In the comments, or if you know us personally, DM us on the Instagram. Just let us know your goal for 2023. I'd love to hear about it. What are your guys's? What would your guys' goal be if you guys have one?
Mine is definitely, since like I work at a theater outside of this, I want to put on my own performance. I've wanted to do it since I started working there. I've written plays. I've put in the hours to work. Like, I really want to put on my own performance and like look at it and be like, yeah, I did that. And like, I don't know.
That's
just
fucking
to have
awesome.
that opportunity.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing.
I think you got that. You got that in 2023.
I got it too.
That's an awesome goal, yeah.
Yeah, I want to direct something myself, and like, I don't know, I'm like a little mini nitpicker director. On the side.
Those are the best directors.
I was about to say, I've been seeing clips of fucking Tarantino in his interviews literally being like, I will walk into the studio and slap my script in front of them, and if they're like, this needs to be changed, I will walk out. Because my script is perfect. It doesn't matter.
If there is nothing that needs to be changed, you are wrong.
I mean, shit, bro. That's how, what was it, Reservoir Dogs? Literally, he went through 4 studios for Reservoir Dogs, and then he hit whoever fucking put it. And they were just like, nope, this is perfect. You're good. And just let Quentin Tarantino do what Tarantino does. And I think we have the next Tarantino sitting in this call.
I agree.
Me.
Minus the feet stuff.
Minus the weirdness.
Oh, yeah, Tarantino has a weird thing with feet.
Oh, so does Dan Schneider.
Yeah, so does Dan
What
Schneider.
is everybody in fucking Hollywood?
I don't understand the
Everyone
obsession with
money
feet.
and obsession with feet. It's a weird correlation.
I mean, when you
will
have
never
everything
say
in the
that.
world, the weird shit probably just turns you on, I feel like.
Yeah, or you're just looking for new reasons to spend it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop 50 grand on this hot tub streamer.
Show your feet. Let the
Your
dogs
feet.
out.
Let me see them concrete claspers, girl.
Oh, that's vile.
Jesus
My favorite word.
Christ.
Concrete claspers.
Chris's goal this year is to speak less.
Okay. All right,
That's not
not let
happening.
the intrusive
Finally.
thoughts win. So
She goes, finally.
I will leave this call right now.
No, you won't.
The door is right there. Click the button.
All right. Okay.
Then,
Whatever.
Yeah.
so Adam, what is your one goal for
My one goal.
2023? Like, what if you had to put all your energy towards like the one thing you want done in 2023?
I would love, as difficult and as maybe even crazy as it sounds, I would love to expand my Twitch community through all means I have to 7K followers. That would be my goal for 2023.
I think you
You're
could do it.
done.
I think you got that.
Yeah,
If
you
you-
got it in the bag.
That's you're at yeah. I'd love to see that.
I would do.
I cannot wait. I'm gonna be following you very closely, my friend.
I appreciate it. Well, no pressure. All right.
Chris, what about you? One goal.
Goal. I guess it would be to continue on this self-love track, because basically my entire life I've always struggled with that. So it would be nice by the end of 2023 to be able to like look in the mirror and be like, that's a sexy motherfucker right there, you know?
Oh yeah.
That would feel pretty good.
I think you got it in you, buddy.
You can definitely do that.
Just
I mean, I be a little cute sometimes. I be a little cute.
Mwah.
Little
Little cute.
Stop. Oh my god.
Little cute. That's your rap name, Little Cute. Hey yo, Little Cute in the house.
Little cuticle.
Little cuticle.
My ad libs would be just smooches.
Smooches and smolders.
Light skin stares.
Ooh woo.
Yeah.
Oh god, fucking ooh woo and oh whoa, the bane of my existence.
Woo, 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 woo.
I'm just gonna start spamming them in your chat now.
Jesus.
I'm gonna
It's so cringe.
I'm gonna start recommending anime games to you.
Oh god, yeah. It's like, ah yes, and here comes the furry flock.
It's a community. There's at least 7,000 of them.
Well, there is scarily way more than that. So you know what? You're not wrong.
I'd say about a week. Just show your toes on stream one time.
Oh, Jesus.
Promise.
Wear a fursuit once.
Yeah. Let me just yeah, I'm gonna be taking out this business loan for 10K. What's it for, sir? Well, I'm glad you asked.
Well.
If I don't see you in a maid outfit next stream, you're fucking up.
I might do that as one of the follower goals. I do.
Oh my god, please!
Actually, speaking of, I do plan on. That's another thing for next year is actually doing a subathon, which I've not done at all in the entire time I've had the channel.
That'd be cool.
And that'd be a cool goal to do. Is just like some random wild shit like that.
I want to do one too, but I want to wait until I have like at least 1K followers before
That's
that.
fair.
Do you have any sort of fun content planned for the subathon? Like, cause with the subathons that I like, past Ludwig's, because obviously Ludwig's started kind of the whole trend of people doing it. Like, cause he did the one in the glass box, but do you have like kind of like an out there idea for that? Kind of like, it's hard to explain. Like, just like a crazy ass idea to do with that subathon, or are you just gonna do a subathon, playing games, hanging out with stream? Like,
I think it's one of those things where the moment, like, how do I put it? One of my goals is, if it gets crazy enough, is to just like start going outside of my home, I mean, without doxing myself.
Touch some
like,
grass.
But like, yeah, touching
perhaps.
grass on stream when they've only ever seen me in the green screen or me in like the living room.
that's
I think
fire.
that would be. But the other thing I also thought of doing, which is kind of crazy, is since I currently work overnights and watching the lab at a community college computer lab, is just streaming from there as a really random idea and just going around this pretty much abandoned college when I'm there, at least, That's what it feels like. I'm just saying, all right, what do you guys want me to do? I mean, I probably lose my job there after that.
Scream racial slur.
Well, okay, dude. Get banned fucking immediately. It's like,
Just
I
running
want
up and down the
negative.
college hallways screaming.
It's like, all right, and my new Year's resolution is no longer be in the psych ward.
I will get rid of these
baby.
grippy socks.
Grippy socks.
Grippies. Oh
I
god.
got too truthful with my therapist, so now I have grippy socks.
And I'm not allowed to have shoelaces or hoodie ties.
These walls are really soft.
They don't trust me with sharp objects.
I'm not allowed to have a pencil.
I can't have a pencil since I disemboweled Dr. Evans.
Check.
I came up with this question the other day, and I'm curious as to what the answer would be. What is the funniest or craziest, just absurd high school story you have? Because me personally, it would probably have to be like this one day I was in an Italian club, and
Gay.
I went in the fuck you. I went in the hallway. I went in the hallway and saw like somebody, I guess is like a senior prank, fucking just bought a bunch of extra small condoms and was running up and down the hallways just flinging
I
the
know
box
who that
everywhere while it was
was.
open and spreading it all around the floor.
Fucking
My-
legend.
Bro, my
Why?
Italian teacher, bless her soul, bro. She saw them on the ground, picked one up, and was like, "Please tell me these are just like the fingers of gloves cut off." I was like, "I
thought you were gonna
don't
say
think that's
sausage
what it is."
casings.
Sausage casings.
It's a nice thought. Mine is I walked in on people doing coke in the bathroom, like
Oh,
in the bathroom.
That's a
And like,
transition.
I had to pee, so I was still going pee, but I was like, "Oh, sup?" And they were like, "Do you have something that we could use to top this up with?" And I was like, use your ID. I have to pee."
Oh yeah, someone just get my fucking razor blade.
Yeah, let me just get my credit card out for you, actually, and just leave you with it.
Oh shit.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Let me get my dollar bill too, so you can roll it up, and you got a good snort.
Really inhale all the places this dollar's been. You know, like diamonds, crevices.
Inhale the dollar bill so heavily you can smell the dead president.
I just remember going in and being like, "Oh, my bad," and still going to the bathroom.
I can smell our founding father's regret.
George Washington didn't want this.
It's like, does he really regret liberating the free nation we have today? I don't think so.
What
That-
about you, Eric? What's your funniest high school story?
Before I even go into that reminded me when I went to a concert, because like just that initial reaction when you walk in and someone's just doing blow in the bathroom, like I don't know how normal people react, because for me, I was just hyped up at a concert, so I just have to go down to go leak, and these two guys are just like kneeled on the ground doing blow, and I walk
on the ground of the bathroom.
Well, no, they had like stuff they were hitting on, but they were kneeling, like just chilling on the ground. And I like walked in, and I had to scooch past them where they were, and all I said was, "Excuse me. Oh, hey, have a good time." And then I continued to go pee. And then when I walked out and washed my hands, I said, "Enjoy your guys' night." And they said, "You too, bud." And I walked out. And then it didn't click until like 20 minutes later. I was like, those guys were doing coke.
My God, those fine gentlemen were doing narcotics right in front of me.
But it's kind of hard for me to pinpoint, because I did a lot of crazy shit, and I've seen a lot of crazy shit, because I got offered coke in a car while in high school. I was just smoking with one of my friends, and she just kind of busted out a line of coke on her thumb and was like, "You want some?" And I was like, "I gotta get to fifth period." so I left.
With that.
But like, I'd say my favorite kind of wild memory was prom of senior year. Was really shitty at first, but then I left early. I did a burnout in front of the venue, dipped down the highway, allegedly did 95 all the way home, and then proceeded to do a bunch of more burnouts in a bunch of parking lots, allegedly. And then went home and spent literally the next 24 hours in and out of a hot tub, just kind of smoking, chilling with one of my friends.
Wow.
Cursing out the security guards, flipping them off. Casey has my final goodbye to all of them because I wasn't going back ever to that place. I definitely destroyed my car that night. My Toyota, my tiny '97 Toyota Corolla. Definitely took a beating that night, but I was very upset. My prom date showed up with her ex-boyfriend. So
That's tough.
yeah, so I was not a happy person that night. So I did burnouts from my feelies. But I think that have to be probably the two craziest things for me, at least in high school, was getting offered coke and then going to go do burnouts.
Two drastically different stories,
That's,
but okay.
wow.
Two very close to each other too, actually.
my shit feels rather bland compared to. I don't think I can match or fucking surpass doing blow in the people doing blow in the bathroom. Wow, damn. Well, I will say this. I guess there's a lot of stupid shit I did that I can now look back and kind of laugh at. I guess one of the things I did was very like inconspicuous, very like non-threateningly. I grabbed a photo online, and it was a photo of Aaron from Game Grumps doing like a quadruple or quintuple chin as he's looking at a camera like downward. I took that photo and I was like, all right, let me open up my email account for the school. I wonder if this works. So I go through and I look at all like the mass email options, and I go, all right, teachers, cool. Staff, cool. Who else can I add to here?
No way.
All 12th grade, all 11th grade, all the way to 7th grade. And I was like, oh, wait, here's the elementary school. So I ended up sending that image of Aaron from Game Room to every single person in the entirety of the high school, from 7th to 12th, and in the elementary school, all staff, all students, a picture of Aaron from Game Grumps. Needless to say, I get called down to the office, and they put me on suspension. I can't use the computer for 2 weeks without supervision, with like a teacher watching my shoulder because they believed I did this like horrible, heinous act. But I'm like,
Wow.
I just did you a favor.
I just did you all a service.
I found this fucking loophole that you guys, for whatever reason, whoever's the head of IT, fire him because he's an idiot. Like, fucking Christ. So yeah, that was one of my crazy stories. The other one was grabbing some like dust. The only thing I can even say was close to the whole blow fucking stories was grabbing munchkin dust, like sugar, like powdered sugar, thinking I was very funny by putting it on my upper lip. And then, like, we were all cracking up. Meanwhile, I end up getting a nosebleed because I'm slowly inhaling the powdered sugar. And I have to go down to the nurse's office with a white powdery lip and a nosebleed. And I so wish I could have been inside of her thoughts when she saw me walking that off.
What the fuck is this
He's
kid
like,
doing?
Here, put an ice pack on it.
It's like,
Here, put a
alright.
Band-Aid on it.
Bro, school nurses were something fucking else. I'm genuinely convinced you could have walked in there with a severed appendage of yours, and they'd be like, ice pack, you'll be fine, go back to next period.
24 hours rest.
Dog.
I
Walk it off.
fucking hated
God, lay down
nurses.
for 10 minutes.
Here's an ice pack. Go lay down for 10 minutes. Fucking in high school, when I broke my foot, I broke my left foot playing handball. I rolled my ankle and broke my foot. And
Wow.
I was driving at the time. I was parking at the school. I don't need my left foot to drive. And when I tell them, hey, can I go home now? They're like, no, you have to take the bus. I I have never looked dumbfounded at a bunch of adults before up until that moment. And I literally went, it's an automatic. I can drive with one foot. My dad's just going to drive me back here in an hour for me to drive with a broken foot. Can I? Nope. So then what they did was they gave me a wheelchair for the day. I was in a wheelchair for the day up until I had to leave. And you want to know what they told me to do? Get up and walk. They told me I couldn't go to the wheelchair, couldn't go to the buses in the wheelchair. I had to go to the nurse's office, give them the wheelchair, and then walk my jolly ass with a broken foot all the way to the bus, and then get off of the bus with a broken foot.
Interesting.
Loser.
Go low logic there.
Get fucked.
Yeah, get wrecked. Actually.
Break
Be
your
happy
foot.
they didn't put a band-aid on it and
I
send
hope.
you on your way.
I literally hope all you guys break
Very
your foot.
nice pack.
Break your foot. Fuck you. I watched two teachers have a lightsaber battle.
Oh shit.
That was a lot of fun.
That's cute.
It was my earth science teacher, and him and the teacher next to him, every once in a while, would just bother each other whenever the other one was free. So sometimes at the end of class, he'd come in, and then we'd not learn anything for 20 minutes. And one day he came in, he swings the door open with a lightsaber. And when I tell you, swiftly, with the power of the Force, this man opens up his computer drawer, takes out a lightsaber, and whips it open, and then stands up and proceeds to have a lightsaber battle with the teacher, just in the middle of class.
What a fucking legend.
I lost my fucking mind.
I would have been so fucking happy.
I was too. I was outstandingly happy. I was dying of laughter. My class did not know what to do. And then he proceeded to not teach us again for 20 minutes after the fight.
It's like, all right, class, time to watch the Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah, basically. Same teacher told me, without telling me, for his birthday he was going home to go smoke. He said his wife bought him a new lamp and he had to figure out how to work it. And when he said that, he put his hands up like a bong and then put his hands down. And only like me and like 6 other kids in the class picked up on it, and we all looked around. And then looked back up at him. And then I walked up to him after class. I'm like, "Hey, are you going to go?" And he just said, "I'm not going to tell you at all what I'm going to do outside of work." And I said, okay. Happy birthday.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that high school had some fucking weird shit going on.
Some weird shit.
A lot of weird shit.
Do you remember the freaking fight week? When
Race
everyone
wars?
just Fight?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's every high school though. Everyone has a whole bunch of fights.
We had a whole
I remember-
Assassin's game.
I remember my freshman year, I was going to my last period class, my fucking art class, and as I was walking up there, I saw like a pool of blood in the middle of the fucking hallway, and one of the security guards escorting this dude down the stairs who had like a busted up lip and bloody nose and everything, and it was apparently 2 gay guys fucking fighting in the middle of the hallway for apparently over the same guy, I think, but
What?
in all 4 years of my high school experiences, that was probably the most brutal fight. I didn't even get to watch it. That's probably the most brutal fight I've
It is
ever
more fun.
witnessed, dude. There was blood like smeared on the
man.
floor.
Jesus, what the fuck was he packing?
I wish I could have seen that fight. I never saw a recording of it.
That's wild.
I just
But,
remember like a bunch of kids just whipping out these like knives in the middle of class and be like, "Look at this," and I'm like, "Oh,
Oh, that's nice.
that's
Please don't
nice.
hurt me."
How'd you get that in here?"
Like, that's not illegal.
Like, this is my hooked knife, and this is what I skin it with. I'm like,
Oh yes, the hick fucking hillbilly students, dude.
The redneck
my-
Riz.
Some of the
People
best
who have
acquaintances.
the freaky accent. We're in New York. Where's your accent from? Where? Where did
It's
it
from
come
the
from?
woods.
From fucking Alaskan bush people. That's
You
where
ever
I am
watch Duck
at.
Dynasty? Yeah, that's my cousin.
I
Never
fucking
had
love
some
that show.
moonshine.
That one's my cousin, and that one's my cousin, and that one's my
Yeah,
cousin,
fuck that
and
one.
that one's
She's
my
also
cousin.
my cousin.
Speaking with like sticking with school stuff, did anyone ever get detention or like suspension in any way? Any other?
I've gotten
Intentional.
ISS a few times.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten the ISS a few times, but it was like during a weird time where I like was late to school for things out of my control before I could start driving.
They
Like
got
I
you
never,
ISS for that?
yeah, they threw me into fucking ISS because, and mind you, I was always on time, and they just, I guess they really just wanted to fuck me over out of nowhere, and just make me feel like shit on my like worst of days
fuck?
for like IRL fucking reasons, and I was like, all right, cool universe, I got you, whatever, bro. I'm just gonna sit here and contemplate life. It's fine.
That's fucked up.
Thanks, life.
Thanks, life, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Barack.
Fucking
Thanks,
the
Barack.
Obama family ruining high school and shit. Barack putting you into fucking ISS. Michelle ruining our goddamn lunches.
Yeah, fuck Michelle for ruining our lunches, man. I don't want no
It's a
green
dead-
Bro,
bean.
Michelle was the reason that every time we did something good, we got fucking cream cheese bagels as opposed to like, I don't know, a fucking Snickers as a reward.
What about you
Cream
two?
cheese bagels.
I think I got ISS one time for recording a fight, which I still
Fire.
think is fucking stupid. And I got ISS another time in, I think it was either like the beginning of middle school or like end of elementary school, but I got into ISS for getting into a fight,
Whoa.
Ooh, tell
Which-
this story.
which lasted all of like 10 seconds.
Just like your sex
Tell me.
life. Sorry.
I need this story.
On
What-
God,
Wow.
fastest in the West, baby. New record every.
Quick draw, motherfucker.
I got fast hands, buddy.
God his ass.
But basically, how this fight happened was we were all playing kickball, and for whatever reason, this one kid who I won't say his name because I don't want to dox, he got like super pissed off at me because he thought that I hurt one of his friends from throwing the kickball to, get them out, the point of the fucking game. But no, it was that dumbass's fault because he had his shoes untied and he tripped over one of the bases and like face planted into the grass. So he blamed it on me and then started pressing me for it for some reason. And so I picked up the kickball, tossed it back at him, and tackled him to the ground. And then by the time I did all of that, one of the security guards pulled me off of him. And then we were walked back into the fucking main office. The principal looked so disappointed at me because me and him were good friends. For not bad reasons. I need to preface that. I just always saw him in the hallway. But he was just like, Chris, why,
happened, buddy?
dude? I was like, I don't know. Like, he came to me. I don't understand either. That was a pointless fight. But
Who's
yeah,
gonna
that
lose?
was my 2 ISSs. I got like 2 weeks for the fight and 1 week for recording a fight.
I gotta ask this intrusive thought. Who won?
Well, he didn't get any swings on me,
Oh, okay.
so, and I didn't really get any swings either besides
Hello?
throwing the kickball at his face, so
Did you just gyrate?
Oh, you
with each
won.
other?
tackling him to the ground.
Oh, okay.
So you won.
Chris
Good
won.
job.
Chris won. Kid 0.
Common Chris
won.
W. yawn
Loser
emoji.
fucking wreck.
God.
Good shit.
Common Chris W. beating up little kids.
There was actually another time I got into a fight where I actually did land a few blows and send the kid to the hospital.
yo.
It was during one of I almost said
Hello?
the team, but I was playing football and it was during one of the games and I don't know why I was having a bad day, but I was just in a really pissed off mood. So the kid that was originally in front of me got injured on the previous play, so he had to step out and his replacement came in, and I can't remember exactly what the kid said to me before the ball snapped, but It was something racist, and that was like the fucking straw that broke the camel's back, bro. Because the second that ball snapped, I ripped off his helmet, hit him in the side of the head with his helmet, tackled him to the ground, and just started wailing on him until like 3 coaches pulled me off of him. And then we all had to take a knee and wait for the fucking ambulance to come, and he was sent away on a stretcher. And I felt good about it. My coaches afterwards were like, they like dapped me up and shit. I was like, oh, that's cool, because no one liked the kid apparently. But
good on you, son, for beating the racism
yeah,
out
and
that
then
way.
I was then suspended from playing any other games for I think the rest of that season. Understandable, I guess. But,
mean,
Was it worth it?
it was worth it.
But in
I
your
got a lot of
brain,
frustration out.
Chris 2, kids 0.
Chris 2, Hicks 0.
I also had a lot of anger problems as a kid, so that probably had something to do with it.
I remember picking up one of those old tile like desk chair combos and just chucking it at a kid once. I like had enough, and like the kid was just like constantly berating me with nonsense, and I just couldn't fucking handle it. So I was just like, all right, you've chosen fucking death. So I just picked up the desk and was just like, all right, time to beat the shit out of you.
Shit.
I thought you only
how
had one
terrified
option.
I would be.
I did have one. Okay, there was, now that we were getting into this, I was like, okay, I'll share this little tidbit. But yeah, needless to say, once that happened, like people were just like, all right, let's just leave this fucker alone. And I was like, okay, cool, that works.
There you go.
I mean, yeah, if somebody picked up a fucking desk when we were about to fight, I'm sprinting. Like, I'm not sticking around for that fight.
Yeah,
You
no,
are
I don't-
obviously off your rocker.
One time, a teacher threw a desk at a student in my elementary school. Great.
That happened in my middle school. Yeah.
It happened in elementary school for me. Like, she's like, "Fuck these kids," and just. I don't even know why. Like, I forgot.
Fuck
all
you,
the
little
context.
Rick.
Oh my gosh! I don't know if you guys had this, but in my elementary school, they used to have Chuck E. Cheese come in.
What?
No?
That's wild.
The shit out of me. That man, I would come out of the bathroom from hiding from him, and he'd find me. This mouse, this giant 8-foot mouse, would just be like, "Hello,
I'm always there.
why were you peeing for so long?" I'm like, "Chucky,
Damn, were you
please
frying
leave me
chicken in
alone."
there?
Were you making pizza for me?
Or is there a cheese in there? Can I have some?
That's such a funny thought, just like a fucking mascot
Freddy Fazbear
Chuck
had
E.
ass.
Cheese chasing you
He
down.
would just come. And he knew I didn't like him, so he would find me. And I
We
was
gotta have
like,
you. We gotta have you play 5 Nights at Freddy's then.
No, we gotta
No,
have the
stop.
guy that played that Chuck E. Cheese guy on the podcast now.
Oh God.
Yeah, let's
Mend
let's
old
confront him
relationships.
for my childhood trauma.
You know what? There seems a little bit of static between you two. Break him out of jail.
Fucking in middle school, the same teacher who threw a desk also called a girl a whore indirectly. It's also where I learned the term village bicycle. Yes, because
Village bicycle?
because back in the day with Shakespeare, and in those times they would use the term village bicycle as basically the term of being a whore.
Road, everyone.
Well, no, because everybody got a ride. And he also taught us the word masticate, which is to chew, because he was an English teacher. But we were 8th grade, and this motherfucker wasn't in my class, so I heard about this later. The kid was just pissing him off so much, and then it came to time to turn into papers for the class, and the kid didn't have his paper. So it was just the straw that broke the camel back for him. And he just grabbed the closest empty desk and fucking flung it across the classroom.
How do
Like,
these people just not get arrested?
but yeah, the girl he called the village bicycle was chewing her gum mad loud, and he was grading papers, and he just looked up, and he was like, "Could the village bicycle stop chewing so goddamn loud?"
Oh my
He would just call her that, and she'd just be like, "Huh."
Oh, she lost her fucking mind. Oh, when I tell you this lady lost her fucking marbles at this man.
That's it. Time to take off the training wheels.
Like, oh my god. It was
That's it.
yeah, she started
Training
yelling.
off.
I walked out.
Fool around.
I walked out of that class. I was like,
Shoes
I'm
off, earrings off.
yeah, basically.
Y'all got my hoops out
Pull my hoops. Pull my hoops.
The only time I've gotten detention was also in middle school. Surprisingly, all the dumb shit in high school I never got in trouble for, thankfully.
Yeah, that's a shocker.
But
Shocker.
I was walking down the hall with my old friend, and he had some anger problems, and well, I pushed him a tad bit too hard. I guess in his brain, it wasn't. He tapped the locker, but he tapped the locker, he got angry, and he pushed me back. And back in the day, I was a big boy, and big boys fall very hard. And I fell into a wee little 6th grader, and I broke her leg.
Oh
no.
Oh no!
No.
And
The little 6th grader.
and
You know how terrible I would feel.
yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah, I felt horrible. They were very furious with me and my friend until we were like, all I did was playfully push him into the locker and he got mad. And then they looked over at him and he just shrugged his shoulders. That was the only time.
Jesus.
The only other times I was really threatened was all dumb car shit. It was just me doing dumb shit in the parking lot. And they were like, "You're coming to the office." And I'll be like, "I'll be there tomorrow." And they'd be like, "No, right now." And I'd be getting in my car. I'll be like, "I'll be there tomorrow."
Gotta catch me first.
Yeah, basically.
So, anyways, segueing to something else.
Yeah.
So
Wait.
me.
Oh.
Huh? So yeah, thank you for watching this episode of Open Absurdity. Thanks again to Cooldevplays, aka Adam, for joining us this episode. Clap it up, clap it up.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes,
Had a
sir.
good
Yes, sir. Absolutely amazing guest. Happy to have you on, especially as our first guest.
I was about to say thank you for being our first guest.
I am
Yeah.
honored, and I can't wait to look back on this very fondly.
First and only, it sucked.
And shit, career
Real
over.
quick, before we get into the rest of the outro, if there's anything you want to shout out, anything you're planning on doing, go ahead. Let the people know where they can find you.
Thank you so much. I am Cooldevplays. Some of you may know me on Twitch. If you don't know me, it's be the great time to check me out. Twitch.tv/Cooldevplays. That's COOLDEVPLAYS. Why'd I spell it out? Because you know what? Why not?
Some people are slow, me included. But yeah, again, thank you. Huh?
You especially.
Yes. Exactly.
Yes.
Precisely.
Wow.
But yes, thank you for watching. Now, episode 3. Crazy to think that we're already 3 episodes in. Thank you all so much for the support that you had on the first episode. It was truly heartwarming and a huge relief off all 3 of our shoulders, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
It was definitely very nice to get all those DMs and comments on it and whatnot. You guys are absolutely amazing. And to end off this episode with today's quote, because yes, we are still doing that. The right mental attitude will guide you towards feeling a sense of love that you deserve to experience. Thank you all for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Spotify. Download us on Spotify. And another big shout out to Adam.